The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister and to the Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And there's a lot of points in that speech that I would like to address, but perhaps I can invite people that are listening today that if they want to get the story on exactly what we're doing, our plan for the economy, the plan for the environment, they can visit my website at terrybeachmp.ca. I draft very fulsome reports, and anybody that's interested could go in those and follow up with me. Our government does understand, Madam Speaker, that Canadians are having trouble making ends meet. However, inflation is a global phenomenon. It is a lingering result of COVID pandemic that has been exacerbated by the war in Ukraine and by snarled supply chains that are affecting people and businesses right around the world, not just in Canada. While Canada's inflation rate is less severe, 6.9%, than that of many of our peers, like the United States at 8.2%, the United Kingdom, the Euro area, and the OECD, all of whom are above 10%, Canadians continue to experience higher costs of living when they go to the grocery store, filling up their tank, and paying their rent. That is why we are moving forward with our affordability plan, which includes measures worth $12.1 billion to support the Canadians who need it the most, particularly those with lower incomes and those who are most exposed to inflation. Our plan includes an enhanced Canada Workers Benefit for low and modest income workers that will put up to $2,400 more into their pockets, cutting regulated childcare fees by an average of 50% by the end of this year into $10 a day by 2025, a 10% increase in old age security for seniors over the age of 75, dental care for Canadians with family income under $90,000 per year, a $500 payment coming this year to help people who have low income and are renting and struggling with the cost of housing, doubling the GST credit for 6 months, which is supported by the member opposite, which will go to 11 million households and over 50% of seniors. And of course, our main support programs, including the Canada Child Benefit, OAS, GIS, and others, are indexed to inflation, which means that the benefit will actually increase as the cost of living increases. And we are supporting Canadians while controlling our spending. The International Monetary Fund expects Canada to have the lowest total government deficit as a percentage of GDP in the G7 this year, a track our country is forecasting to maintain for at least the next 3 years, and the lowest net debt burden as a share of GDP in the G7. In fact, we've strengthened those advantages over the course of the pandemic. Now, when it comes to pollution pricing, I would like to say, Madam Speaker, that climate action is no longer a theoretical political debate. It is an economic necessity. And a national price on pollution is the most effective market-based system for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, actually designed to work in a capitalistic society. In 22-23, in the 4 provinces where the federal system price applies, the climate incentive payments mean life is more affordable for 8 out of 10 Canadian families. In addition, families in rural and small communities are eligible to receive an extra 10%. In areas like BC, my home province, where the price of gas has gone up by more than $1 a liter over the last 3 years, the carbon price has gone up by only 2 cents. This highlights the fact that Conservatives continue to mislead Canadians by ignoring 98% of the real problem when it comes to inflation and high energy prices. The reality, Madam Speaker, is that most households are getting back more than they pay as a result of the federal carbon pollution pricing system, and that we have a plan to grow the economy while lowering emissions and making life more affordable for Canadians. Thank you, Madam Speaker.